Good morning, everyone. This is Jeffe Kennedy, author of Epic Fantasy Romance. I'm here with my first cup of coffee. Hmm, delicious. Today is Thursday, January 19th. We're getting our way through January. Always feels like January is a difficult month. If you live in the northern hemisphere, it tends to be dark and chilly. The days are short. The weather is generally not great. Um, I never feel like I have money. It always feels like there's money challenges. Uh, and yesterday was not a great day at the Kennedy household. Um, but I do have a kitten host this morning. I'll show you if you're on video. Um, he's lying here on my desk. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. So, total aside, if you're on video, you'll see that on my wind chimes, I have the clapper that has the dragonfly on it. I love dragonflies. Uh, I've been watching, now I won't even say rewatching, I've been watching Friends on HBO. It's been the right speed for me the last few weeks with being dark and sad weeks. And the comedy is fun. And I've always kind of wanted to watch it. I never did. I've never watched Friends. So I've just been kind of binge watching it. And last night I saw an episode where they were at, I think, Ross's apartment. It was either Ross's or Julie's apartment. I'm in the second season. And there was a big green circle on the wall, piece of wall art, with a dragonfly that looked exactly like this. And that's old, right? That's a while back, but pretty interesting, huh? So, anyway, um, what happened last night or yesterday um, is we had to call the plumber. Dun, dun, dun. And if you live in a place where you have radiant heat, you know that that means not just the water pipes. So if you're not familiar with radiant heat, we have these beautiful brick floors. I can show you brick floors. And underneath the floors is this webbing of pipes with hot water that goes through them. I have to get my camera readjusted. There we go. And the hot water heats the house. And it's cool because there's like zone heating. There's 4 separate thermostats, primary bedroom, primary bathroom, the main living kitchen area, and then this room, which is supposedly a bedroom, but it's my office, and then the guest room and the guest bath between are all on one. So you can do the different zones at different temperatures, which is really convenient. And I still am not happy with my camera angle. There we go. Uh, and it's heated by this boiler, which is next to the water heater. And we've had it fixed once before, and it was like like a valve had stuck closed. Well, dear reader, so I had noticed that the main part of the house was staying really hot. We generally keep our thermostats at around 68. The passive solar heats the house up considerably more than that, but it'll get down to like 67, 68 on a cold night, which I think is perfect. But it wasn't going down. It was staying up around 75, 76. And yes, we can open the windows and vent, which is what we've been doing. And had been doing this since like, oh no, Thanksgiving for a while. So then I got the gas bill last month, and it was $100 more than the previous month. Um, and I was like, oh, well, shit, I guess I better deal with this problem. So I'd had it on my list to call the guy who had fixed the valve before. And I called him, and he's like, oh, he's busy and he's down in Albuquerque. And it was a very long winded way of saying that he wouldn't be able to get up here for a couple of weeks. And um, yeah, I mean, he was good, but I was like, not sorry to, I said, can you recommend someone else up here? And he said, no. He says he hasn't been up here in so long and, doesn't have, uh, any connection. So many new outfits up there. So anyway, I just did the Google search and I looked for a place with good reviews. And so I was planning to. They had a website contact form. So this is like a minor annoyance. They had the website contact form, so I did that, and they tried to call me while I was in a meeting, and they replied to the contact form and said, call our office after 8 in the morning and schedule an appointment. I wanted to say, well, then why the fuck do you have a website contact form? Because I explained the problem in there. Whatever. So yesterday morning, I was like trying to get my shit together and get ready to write, get things done, and David was asking me for. He was saying that he was bored, and so I wrote down that number and I said, "Here, you could do this." um, and so this is kind of on me that I threw this in his lap and I said, I'm going to lower this just a little bit. There we go. And I said, well, call them and see if we could schedule a technician. And to my surprise, somebody came immediately. And I had told them, and I explained to David and told them on the contact form that it was not an emergency because we have heat. Well, so I won't go into the blow by blow, but so like David is coming in and out of my office the whole morning long. And the upshot is it's like $3,000. And I could see it. I mean, we hadn't looked at it in a long time. It's like the boiler's back in this closet in the garage. That way, have things stacked in front of. And so it was great that David handled getting all of that stuff moved from in front of it. But yeah, there's like this whole venting pipe was corroded. Apparently, it could have exploded and all of this kind of thing. All of this I get through David is because when I went to talk to the plumber, he like would barely talk to me. He was a total ass to me. I don't know if he has a problem with women or what, but he's like, well, your husband's a great guy. Like, well, I'm sorry that I'm a bitch, apparently, but, like, because he wanted us to write a check up front and all of this kind of thing. So anyway, this is the stress of my current life. So, yeah, there's like all this stuff that has to be repaired and fixed up. We're going to have to replace the water heater too, apparently, which we were told we would have to replace in like 2014. And it was limping along fine, but now it's like, it's too heavy. It's like tilting. And well, I guess we don't have to do that just yet, but that's coming next. Oh, joy. So, So fortunately, my wonderful mother offered to help pay for the fixes. So thank you, Mom. That's makes a big difference. I was not expecting to write that big of a check yesterday, and I was so annoyed because David came in and handed me the sticky note with the amount, and I'm like, they want us to write a check for this today, and he said, yeah, and I'm like, I don't want to write a check till after the work is done, which is part of why this plumber guy got annoyed with me because he's like, I'll show up and I'll do the work, and I've already left all the supplies here and all this kind of thing, and then so I hand him the check and it's not the right amount. He's like, David wrote it down wrong. So I'm so mad, and I take the check back and I correct it, and initial the corrections, walk out and hand it to David to give to the guy because I'm like, not even going to talk to this guy anymore. And David brings the check back and he says you need to write a new one. And I'm like, there's nothing fucking wrong with this check. So that was my day. And so there's like this push pull, and I know that like in theory, it's like, so oops, don't do that. Sorry for having a kitten walk across the screen. You just got the tail if you're on video. The tail. I had to turn off my keyboard so he wouldn't mess it up. So, here is the theory versus the reality. When I talk about trying to divorce creativity from monetization, this is the rub when you are earning a living from your work, is that here I am struggling to write this book that I need to write in order to make the money to pay for keeping our house from blowing up. And I can't because I'm being constantly interrupted with questions like, where are the thermostats? How can he not know where the thermostats are? I mean, you feel me. You probably all have a partner like this who's like, I don't know where the thermostats are. I never mess with them. I'm talking quietly. Anyway, um, yeah, to feel like I can't get the creative flow going. I'm behind on this book, you all. Um, Although I do have almost 20,000 words on it. I just wanted to have more than that by now. And I'm probably going to be doing some heavy revising. I don't know. Right now, I'm at this point where I'm feeling like um, I'm going to have to cut 10,000 words of it. But I know from experience when I go back, it won't be nearly as bad as what I think. But, like, so here I'm struggling to write this book, feeling like I've got to get this written so that we can get the income so I can pay for the things, and then having to deal with the things. So, when we talk about being a full-time writer, when we talk about, like quitting the day job and being able to focus on the books, I think we have this very dreamy um, idealism painted around it, right? Where you're just sort of spending your days drifting from place to place, contemplating the sky and um, looking for the exact right word, and that it's this somehow poetic, idyllic existence. And instead, it's trying to write the book to pay for the boiler while people are asking you 10,000 questions about the boiler and being assholes to you about it. Maybe that's like a microcosm for all of life, right? Maybe that's just how life is. So, yeah, yesterday was kind of a shitty day. I got my nails done. I had them painted pink, um, in hopefulness. Uh, so, um, yeah, that's the way of things. Um, I was trying to think of if I have more to say about it than that. Oh, well, so one thing I'm going to do, it's possible I won't get this book out for the end of February. It might be March. And if you're a consistent listener, you know that my big thing is that, um, like even if I get it out on February 28th, that means I get the money for the book at the end of April. If I get it out on March 1st, I get it at the end of May. So it's just, it's like not earth shattering, but it makes a big difference. So one thing I'm going to do, and I've had this on my list for a very long time, is that I need to get some of these workshops up. I'm going to uh, run them through like Eventbrite and do it on Zoom so that I can teach some of these classes that people have been asking me for. And I've got my list. It's been a hurdle to like get these set up, but that's some immediate income I could get, so you all can help me pay for my boiler. So if you listen to the podcast because you like getting writing or publishing advice, and there is something in particular you would like me to teach, please let me know. I've asked in a few different places, so I am happy to accommodate. Uh, just let me know. Message me at any of the usual spots, and I will put together some classes. Also, time of day. I mean, I think generally evenings are best for people. I might do some like morning weekend times for people who are international to try to hit both. So let me know. I'll get those set up soon, and I've kind of got to do some researching on price points about like what would work best. So yeah, anything you want me to teach, I'm happy to, uh, yeah. I was going to read from the list, but that I've already got. But I think I would rather not not influence your brains. So let's see. What else do I have to tell you? I think I have not shared this news. Um, and it's semi-public now. I'm not sure how much she's shared details, but I know that Grace, my bestie Grace Draven, has posted that she will not make it to a Polycon this year because she's dealing with some medical issues. This has been something that has been on my mind. Um, it's not good, but I think I think it'll be okay. So she and I have been in close conversation um, since she found out. I don't think she's telling anyone exactly what it is yet, but she's going to get treatment, and so that's hard. You know, it's hard when your friend is sick. But anyway, Grace and Dana Martin and Maria Vale and I all consulted, and we are not going to do the anthology this year that we were hoping to have out for a Polycon. So we Grace can't do it. She's got to start treatment in February, and so she just simply can't get her story together. She wanted us to go ahead without her, and we decided no, we're going to wait. So um, the Waters on the Wild will not happen, uh, but we will try to do it again later. We do want to do it, so we just have to kind of get Grace on board. Um, yeah, I don't want to say more than that because I'm not sure how much she's sharing publicly. I can say that when I was on the retreat in Kauai, she called me there. Uh, and I know she's referenced having to go to the emergency room. So that's what's been going on, and I had not mentioned, but it's been something that's been on my mind. So give Grace your best wishes and good thoughts. She is not doing anything like a GoFundMe at this point in time, but we're working on that. We might do something later. Yeah, so I am going to get my pre-order sheet up for a Polycon soon. Karina's back from her birthday trip. Happy birthday, Karine. And I will get that posted now that we know we're not going to do the Waters in the Wild. And she got a bunch of other things taken care of. Oh, and we're going to do cover reveal for Rogue Familiar tomorrow. I really love this cover. I mean, I love all my covers, but this one's got something. So yeah. All right. On that note, I'm going to head out. I hope you all have a good Thursday. I hope that your boilers are not threatening to blow up. You might go look at them. This is me. I guess I'm terrible at this sort of thing. I should go look at it more often. Anyway, um, you all take care, and I will talk to you tomorrow. You all take care. Bye bye.